Hello, it's Sunday. Oh, look, a mess. Anyway, I went for a walk today, and it was 32 degrees today when I went. Excuse me. I ate Italian sausage sandwich last night, and this morning, without warming it up or anything, I ate some of it, and I get gassy all day. But too much grease. The Italian sausage is still good, and I had onions on it and everything. So anyway, but from yesterday when I actually was able to pick these flowers, my daffodils. I hope they're called daffodils. And they actually smell so good. Yesterday when I was able to pick these flowers, and I had saw the crabapple tree bloom, and everything froze. So, and I drained the water out of my shower thing. I'm getting ready to. As soon as the sun goes down, I'm getting ready to make sure that I leave some water running. I guess a storm's supposed to be coming in. Not really. I guess it's just going to be cold all week. In the 30s, so might get close to 40s. I was like, what a contrast, and the flowers are actually these are usually my first sign that spring is coming. Like these come up first, and then after these come up, and then the irises. But anyway, I could always tell. I think there's two other flowers that come up in between too. But I'm surprised how good they smell. They smell very good. Make my nose itch. I was seeing that thing in Denmark where they had that shooting. I don't understand these Arabs at all, and I gotta admit, I really don't understand it at all. I don't even understand Americans, so. But anyway, on my walk today, this one lady, she'll always hollering at me. I used to just talk to her at the fence. Then she's one time she invited me in, she goes, "Oh, come on in," and I was like, "Oh," and actually, really, I had just came from almost a 12, it's a 3-hour walk round trip. But, of course, when you go to the store, you walk around. Anyway, so I just, I was on my way home, and I was like, I really don't want to stop, because I'll probably go to sleep. So I'm like, I just want to go home. So, and then finally, I had been avoiding it, because I didn't understand why she wanted me in her house, So anyway, she wants me to come to the third Sunday of March, right around my birthday. My birthday's on the 26th, but and so she invited me. I sort of was like, oh, I'll try to be more sociable, and that was already that. Well, anyway, this is a different person to be more sociable with. I'll give it one more try. She's a very lovely lady, very nice, very pleasant. She's she's an older lady, and she invited me one time before. They had a barbecue, but down at this end, because I'm right by the river. I just had it was like my other dog. My dog followed me. There's no way they had the barbecue set outside. There's no way, so I just turned around. So anyway, it's gonna be warm, but she's like, oh, you can come anytime. But that's supposed to be Friendship Week or something, which sort of, I don't know. I might go one time, just to be nice. I don't know, to try to be sociable. But usually, I didn't find church a very sociable place. They always act like it's a place for fellowship and congregation. But people don't know you. They socialize. They got their family there, their friends that they known since whatever. What I'm saying? They're already tight little knit clique as far as I'm an outsider, so I don't fit in. These that's how I feel uncomfortable. You hear they're talking about days long gone and stuff. Yeah, you don't even I don't know what they're talking about, and sometimes what they talk about I don't care, because it's very limited the conversation. It's sports. They allude a little undertone of everything sexual. And the latest police story on TV, you know, those are the things I don't. And the news. And I sort of do the news, but listen to the news, but I never pay attention to the stuff they listen to. I was like, oh, I just sort of skimmed over those, like that shooting and that multiple homicide or something. You know, I read the headlines and I was like, again, every morning. But anyway, I'm always going to the, like, I don't know, something I find juicy, yeah. But you know, some people might be boring. But like when I go to their house, though, I hate visiting people because like they'll have the TV on and they never look at you. They look at the TV or they look at something else. But they always have the TV on. They're always staring at the TV. I noticed that they just stare at it, you know, and like. Alright, or they have the TV on really loud and they're talking to you at the same time, or then they ask you something about the show. I don't know. But I hate when people ask me, oh my god, what happened? What are they doing? Because like usually I'm looking and I hate to catch like if there's like any words or anything they say, I might miss it. You know what I'm saying? So then I'm not listening to the other person, and then I feel rude because like, oh, you're talking to me, and yeah, I don't know. So I'll be like, it's time to go. It's too much. Oh my god. So anyway, but she's a very lovely lady. There was a few ladies over there that I used to talk to. My main thing is like, you know, I could tell from the behaviors of the kids that, you know, they got a little, you know, in my mind, a little, you know, like hand problem, like, you know, they don't, like, they can't solve problems like with logic or words or find, you know, a solution or something. You know, it's like, oh, like it's the tragedy first, and you got to get all mad and find someone to blame. I notice a lot of that, like if you think about like the Ferrison's, like policemen blaming that child that they shot in the street that was unarmed, going to his grandma's house. If you see how they, like, that's sort of like a racist southern thing. It's a way to keep, like, the poor whites poor and the poor blacks poor. But anyway, like, one thing I noticed, like, with the blaming thing, is that it's a way, like, okay, like, say with the AIDS instance, and you can see with the Ebola breakout just recently how a couple of Africans actually, like that one guy came here, because they think America starts everything. Now, somebody over in Africa that, you know, I don't know where they originally from, but if they're there long enough, they might just be African in my mind, even if they is Snow White. Because I've seen a lot of people from South Africa with blonde hair and blue eyes, and they're like, ha ha ha, I'm an African American. I'm like, whatever. I never claimed that title. It sounds ignorant when you go to another country. I was like, nah, it's alright. I just rather sound stupid. Because ignorant don't learn. But anyway, the whole thing is just like it gets spread because like instead of like finding a solution, cleaning up their area, to fixing the sewer refuse and the trash that they're around, lifting some of the buildings up off the ground so water would run through, and maybe some PC pipes or whatever they call them, you know, to help guide it away, you know, and maybe some ditches along the side of the road so they would accumulate in the, you know, like a runoff or whatever. Instead of doing something like that and scrubbing everything down, like, okay, let me show you, like, with AIDS here, there's, in Wichita, Kansas, there's one guy, his father used to rape him, you know, like, as a child, because they had a big, which is funny, because, like, they're, like, Kansas act like they're all these Christians and everything. I think you know, his parents were religion, they went to church, whatever, all the time, and, anyway, so, and, but at that time, like if you ever heard about like a guy named Milk, he was in the like Void, and but anyway, when the Secret Service or the Secret Service, you know how they interviewed him by the guy having sex with him. That's how he's gonna find out information. I ain't the way I ever found out information from a gay guy. They usually talk, but anyway, with their mouth. Anyway, so. he went to school. He became a surgical scrub nurse. But anyway, he ended up getting AIDS. So his idea, because somebody gave it to him, instead of like handling it to the original person, he ended up just having unprotected sex with a lot of people that didn't even know. And one woman, he thought she had money. I guess he married her, and then she found out he had AIDS after. But anyway, he died. His father died first. Father didn't leave him nothing, like he said. Nothing. There were some other brothers and siblings. I know the sister died. The mother who had divorced him like decades ago, she passed away. Her husband passed away. All of them. But the thing is, and then like that was in Wichita, Kansas. Here in Memphis, I won't name her name, but she's gone too. When she had never had sex with a white guy, so she's like, and not at all like what the propaganda says is pretty. Especially at that time. So sort of like, if you ask me, she was more of the shape like women did in the 50s or 60s with the double D breasts, and the wide hips, and just huge. Later on, because she started eating and she got sick. But anyway, nothing to the guy who did it to her, what I'm saying, if he had a problem with it, like attempted murder or whatever. Nothing done with him. But I don't blame females in a sense either, nor gay guys for like trying to go to the police, because, it'll just probably make 10 to 20 times more people get in that situation. Now the police learn how to new way to fuck somebody over. I mean, look what they did in jail as soon as AIDS came. They're having sex with the little kids, raping and all that. So you really can't try to. It is a special way to educate them. But anyway, this one guy, he's the best guy for her, but he was always known to be handsome. So I think he always really liked her. The problem was she didn't like herself, so she thought everybody. Like they had teased her about her looks and everything when she was in school. So, she was too busy hanged up on her low self-image that, this guy's been nice to her. So anyway, he ended up getting it right on her face, and and it was like a big cancerous thing. She just did it to be evil because she was jealous of his look. Here she was. She could have had his kids. And have a whole bunch of them just look like him, but she wouldn't have been so. But anyway, I don't know. But the thing is that they were going around like trying to punish and blame people that really the innocent, the one that was the closest, the nicest to them, the most vulnerable, So just like they do like in a lot of con games and a lot of white collar crimes, it's always like one person that what I'm saying, that anyway. So that's her in a nutshell. The kids suffer the most. The kids suffer. The kids born with all the sexual defects, parents that mothers that can't comprehend why you might want to have a healthy child. Because like most of them, child could be like, I know this one lady, I'm like, wow, you should stop doing that, you're gonna have a defect child. She was like, well, at least to get a paycheck this whole life. Baby came out defect too. She ain't living in no crystal star, or forget about it. I think, but and she's a horrible mother. But anyway. And kids do grow up and could go someplace else, even in chronic conditions, especially if they could talk. They could come to a point where they, the right opportunities, they're like, I need assisted living, I need to get out of here, I need to live in my own place, so I'm old enough. And they will help them, like HUD houses or assisted living or something, nursing home. Why would you want to go there? But anyway, so that was like the number one thing that kept the sexually transmitted diseases going. People, what I'm saying, it's like, because sex is sort of a shame thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, around here, like, all they talk about is teenage girls getting pregnant. If they're that worried about them getting pregnant at teenage years, why don't we go to school year round? You know, they graduate from high school at 14 and start working at 15, or go to college, and then they out by the time they're 21, and then, you know what I'm saying? I mean, just look how they do it, like with the Clinton thing, with the welfare. Okay, they're going to cut you off in 2 years, right? Okay, 2 years old is not old enough for really that woman to go out and get a job, especially in the day with only the woman, you know, raising the kids. The men are out, you know, like, they got to spend their money, you know, at the titty bar and sports events and hanging out with their bros. And I don't got nothing against gay, but you ones on the down low and get an attitude and always, you know, act like y'all want to fight someone because you got issues. Those are the ones I don't like. You know what I'm saying? The ones that just know who they are, you know, and be who they are and continue who they are. They don't usually, you know. You know what I'm saying? Those the ones that are down low. They're the ones like hey, look at that, he out of the class and let's go beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? They're a bunch of double-binding hypocrites. That's the only reason why I have a problem with those ones on the down low, because I see them talking both sides of their face. I'm like, how you gonna sleep with so and so, and he the same sex as you, and you gonna turn around and call somebody else a faggot? How you gonna do that? You better not say nothing about me being gay. I'm like, I'll tell anybody who I fucking want. Please, put your business out there. And you telling me, you know, you better get some papers for me to sign. Cause like, if I see you being a two-faced hypocrite, I'll be like, I'll call you and I'll be like, oh no, wait a minute, cause that's not right. It's just not right. But anyway, well, I really care what a lot of people do, as long as they don't have to cross the line. I used to say I don't care as long as it don't cost me money or go to jail, but if we is in the South, and I hate to say it, I know I'm not going to feel comfortable in that church. I'll probably, you know, go and, you know, and listen. It's not going to be a theology lessons. I've been like their Bible studies. Do not contradict their stuff at all, because they don't have, they hadn't thought it all out, some of the stuff. Let me repeat, you know what I'm saying? They don't want you to have any different, like, they don't want you to be, like, thinking. It's like, just go along with this, second hand. But, like, that's my problem. A lot of them, like, are you ordained? Did you really go to school for that? And, oh, you might be, I mean, I don't know. They're no Martin Luther King, let me put it this way. They're more like, Al Sharpton. Oh, wow. I had to turn the heat off. It got too hot. I have the heat on, like, in the room. But I'm sitting in this chair. Well, anyway. So I'm going to try to be sociable. I'll go. But the first person that hurts my feelings, I'm never going back. You know what I'm saying? You know, they probably wouldn't mean it, but you know what I'm saying? And I'm saying like somebody that said something crazy. That's usually what it is. Somebody has to think that it's their job to judge you, or, you know, tell you, like, some shit you've been doing, like, your whole life, or something you can't change, usually. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like, okay. You know, not like any, like, teaching information or anything, you know, I never get that. You know what I'm saying? Usually they find out that socially I'm inact, you know, it's just that I have more manners. And it's the type of manners, it's a different culture in a sense here. What they call manners, I call outrageous. Really rude sometimes. Like they'd rather fart than burp, because like that'd be like if somebody hits, like I see them get like upset because they sneeze out loud. Oh, like oh, you know, it's not like they're gonna be upset enough to go wash their fucking hands. But anyway, tomorrow's a holiday. If you off, have a good day. I guess that's no bank and no mail. Alright, stay warm. It's cold out there.